Did you know there are people who are afraid of beards or cheese? Yes, you heard it right. In this vast and diverse world of ours, the human mind can develop fears or phobias that can range from the commonly known to the utterly peculiar. Phobias are intense, irrational fears of specific things or situations. They can be triggered by anything from spiders to heights and can significantly impact a person's life. But today we're not talking about the usual suspects. We're venturing into the realm of the strange and unexpected, where the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of one's mouth or the color yellow are genuine concerns. From the fear of long words to the fear of belly buttons, these bizarre phobias are as real as they come. So, fasten your seatbelts and prepare to be amazed, surprised, and maybe even a little bit baffled. Now, let's dive into the world of the strangest phobias you probably didn't know existed. Starting our list with pogonophobia, which is the fear of beards. Pogonophobia. It's not a term you hear every day, but for those who suffer from it, it's a very real and very distressing condition. This unusual phobia is characterized by a deep-seated fear of beards. Yes, you heard that right, beards. The sight, or even the mere thought of someone with a bushy beard, can send these individuals into a state of panic or anxiety. It's a visceral reaction, often accompanied by a racing heart, sweaty palms, and an overwhelming desire to flee. Pogonophobia can make everyday interactions challenging, especially in today's world where beards are quite the style statement. Now, let's shift gears from the hairy to the sticky with arachibutyrophobia. This is a phobia that's as tricky to pronounce as the situation it describes is to handle. Arachibutyrophobia is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of one's mouth. While it may seem amusing to some, it's anything but for those who experience it. The sensation of peanut butter adhering to their palate can induce a sense of panic, often rooted in a fear of choking or a discomfort with sticky textures. It can make the simple act of enjoying a peanut butter sandwich an ordeal. The human mind is a complex entity, capable of developing fears and phobias from even the most mundane aspects of life. Pogonophobia and arachibutyrophobia are just two examples of the myriad ways in which our brains can react to seemingly innocuous things. They serve as reminders that what may seem ordinary to one person can be a source of great distress to another. So, the next time you're spreading peanut butter on your toast or admiring your friend's new beard, spare a thought for those who might find these situations deeply unsettling. Phobias, no matter how bizarre they may appear to others, are a very real part of life for those who experience them. From beards to peanut butter, phobias can indeed take odd forms. Next up, we have xanthophobia, a fear that's all about color. Now imagine a world where the sight of daffodils in springtime or the warm glow of the afternoon sun sends a shiver down your spine. That's the reality for individuals with xanthophobia, a unique and specific fear of the color yellow. It's not just a dislike, it's a full-blown phobia that can cause extreme anxiety and avoidance behavior. The mere sight of a yellow car passing by or a yellow sweater in a store window can trigger a panic attack. The origins of xanthophobia can vary widely. Some people might have had a traumatic experience associated with the color yellow, while others might associate the color with danger or illness. But no matter the cause, xanthophobia can pose a real challenge in a world where yellow is a common color in everything from traffic signs to children's toys. But let's switch gears now and dive into another intriguing phobia, ablutophobia. Ablutophobia is the fear of bathing or washing. Yes, you heard that right. Bathing, an activity most of us engage in daily without a second thought, can induce intense anxiety in people with ablutophobia. It's not just a fear of water, it's specifically tied to the act of cleaning oneself. This phobia can stem from a variety of sources. For some, it may be linked to a traumatic experience, such as nearly drowning in a bathtub as a child. For others, it could be tied to a fear of being vulnerable or exposed. Whatever the source, ablutophobia can have serious implications for an individual's health and social relationships. Imagine being scared of a simple bath or the color yellow. Fascinating, isn't it? Now let's talk about a fear that's ironically long. Hippopotomonstrosis squipedaliophobia. This mouthful of a term, with a whopping 19 syllables, is used to describe the fear of long words. How's that for a paradox? Imagine the sheer dread that might seep in when confronted with a lengthy word like anti-disestablishmentarianism, or even hippopotamonstrosi-squipedaliophobia itself. The anxiety isn't necessarily about the meaning of the word or its pronunciation, but rather its length. A daunting string of letters sprawled out across the page can send a shiver down the spine of someone with this phobia. It's a unique form of fear, and one that might make the English language seem like a minefield of long, terrifying terms. Yet this phobia isn't purely about the fear of long words. It's also about the fear of complexity, of the unfamiliar, and of the overwhelming. It's about the fear of stepping into the unknown, of challenging oneself, and of facing one's own limitations. It's a phobia that speaks volumes about the human condition, our vulnerabilities, and our deep-seated fears. But let's shift gears for a moment and delve into another unusual phobia, turophobia, the fear of cheese. Yes, you heard it right, cheese. That delightful dairy product that graces our pizzas and our sandwiches and melts so beautifully on a hot toastie. For some, however, cheese is a source of fear, not pleasure. Turophobia can stem from a variety of reasons, from a dislike of the taste, smell, or texture of cheese to a traumatic experience involving it. Imagine feeling a sense of dread at a cheese platter at a party or a pizza with extra mozzarella. The world of dairy suddenly becomes a terrifying landscape to navigate. It's fascinating, isn't it? How our brains can associate fear with the most unexpected things. The complexities of the human mind never cease to amaze. Indeed, even the things we love, like cheese, can be a source of fear for some. As we near the end of our list, let's explore 4 more unique fears. First up, we have omphallophobia, an intriguing fear of belly buttons. Yes, you heard that right, belly buttons. Individuals with this peculiar phobia may find themselves feeling uncomfortable or even anxious when touching or seeing belly buttons, including their own. It's quite a fascinating concept, isn't it? Next on our list is allophobia, the fear of flutes. Now, this is not just about disliking the sound of flutes, it's a full-blown fear. A traumatic experience involving the instrument or even a general discomfort with its sound or appearance could trigger this phobia. Imagine feeling a sense of dread at the mere sight of a flute. Quite unnerving, isn't it? Moving on, we have papyrophobia, which is the fear of paper. It's hard to imagine in our paper-filled world, but individuals with this phobia may avoid handling paper or being in close proximity to it due to feelings of anxiety or disgust. For some, it could be the texture. For others, it could be the sound paper makes when it's being handled. Either way, it's a surprisingly common fear. Finally, we have chorophobia, the fear of dancing. This phobia is not just about feeling a little awkward when asked to bust a move. No, it's a deep-rooted fear that could be associated with social anxiety or a general discomfort with physical movement in a rhythmic manner. For those with chorophobia, the thought of dancing can provoke intense anxiety. From belly buttons to dancing, these phobias truly show the wide range of human fears. It's a testament to the complexity of the human mind and the unique experiences that shape us. Remember, while these phobias may seem odd to some, they are very real and often debilitating for those who experience them. And there we have it, 10 of the most bizarre phobias people actually have. From the fear of beards, known as pogonophobia, to the peculiar dread of peanut butter sticking to the roof of one's mouth called arachibutyrophobia. We've explored the color yellow's intimidating presence to those with xanthophobia, the anxiety surrounding bathing or washing indicative of ablutophobia, and the ironically long-worded fear of long words, hippopotamonstrosi-squipedaliophobia. We've meandered through the discomfort around cheese that turophobia brings, the unease of belly buttons in omphallophobia, the apprehension around flutes or allophobia, the aversion to paper, papyrophobia, and the dread of dancing, chorophobia. Each of these phobias, as unique and as bizarre as they may seem, are a stark reminder of the vast spectrum of human experience and the intricate complexities of the human mind. Thank you for watching. Stay curious and keep learning.